We continue on here on this Monday morning edition of Hot Mic, WDAY Extra, Inform.com. Gave you the news, some exciting news. ESPN's coming to Bison football practice in the end of August. A lot of stuff happening with Bison football. We told you earlier some recruiting news as well. Finally get the chance to meet the first running back for the class of 2026. Happy to welcome him on. Running back from Mounds View High School out of Arden Hills, Minnesota. Godson Rufus-Okomhanru will join us here on this Monday morning. Godson, thanks for joining us, taking some time here today. Committed not too long ago, decided you're going to continue your football career at North Dakota State University. Describe the last couple of days after you made that decision. What was the reaction like, and how are you feeling about making that decision?
So obviously I feel great about the decision. I think I picked the right place, and the reaction from everybody around me has just been great. Everybody, like, this is Minnesota, like NDSU is a big topic here. Yeah. So NDSU is obviously one of the top schools for athletes in Minnesota. So everybody had a good reaction. And at my school, Mounds View, Billy Turner came from my school, so they already have a connection with NDSU. So all the coaches that know him, played with him, coached him, been around him, they just heard a lot of things about NDSU. So they have that strong connection, and they already love that for me. So, yeah.
So you knew about them, but when did NDSU come on the radar and you start getting some attention, and then an offer came out? Give us that story.
So it was halfway through my junior season. So my junior season was my first opportunity to start on varsity. So around the fourth or fifth game, I got a junior day or game day invite to come watch the game versus UNI. I got there, all the coaches treated me great, and then Coach Polsek pulled me into his office with my parents, and then sat us down, talked about my film, and then he talked about he was like, "Yeah, you have a great smile." So I just kept on smiling, and then he offered me that same day, and it was crazy because, like, I wasn't really expecting it, because just having half a year of varsity film on my record, yeah, and then getting a Division I offer like NDSU was just crazy to me.
I want to talk. Yeah, I want to touch on your junior year in just a second. But as you were here up in Fargo, what made NDSU stand out to you? Was it the facilities, the history? What set them apart from your other offers?
So obviously the facilities are great. The history is great, phenomenal history. A championship winning team, obviously, but I think what set them apart was the relationships, like the relationship between the players, the staff, the coaches, everybody, the townsfolk. Everybody was just like connected, and I really like that connectedness. And I like here in Minnesota, I have that connectedness with the people in my school, the people in the area, friends, family. I just love that connectedness. So that's what I would like to be a part of.
That's awesome to hear. You mentioned it. So you had half a season of film for your junior year. What was going on your junior season? Did you start on JV? What's the story there? And when did you get the call up, and how did that all go down?
So sophomore year, so I got pulled up at the end of freshman year for playoffs, but everybody gets pulled up. So it's like I'm just there for extra support people. And then sophomore year, I was up on varsity the whole year. I didn't play that much, but I got in a little bit. I don't think I had any catches either, but I started on JV and sophomore team. So then after that, junior year was when I really got like a shot at starting, because a bunch of guys graduated. So I had my chance, I had my opportunity, and I took it. And I think I performed pretty good in the first couple of games to secure that offer.
Describe what it was like then as the season was going on and after the season, and you're getting college attention. Did you think going into the year that, hey, this was a possibility that college teams are going to be reaching out to me?
So yeah, at the beginning of the year, because sophomore year I posted all my film. So I was reaching out to coaches, doing all that stuff. So I had gotten back. They had gotten back to me with like camp invites, junior game day invites. So then I was like, okay, let me just see what goes out from here. And then I just thought, okay, let me perform. Let me do what I know I can do on the field, and then see how it goes. And then obviously got those invites, and then got to those offers.
Tell us about Mountains View football. I'm a Minnesota guy. I didn't know Mountains View was a powerhouse in the state of Minnesota. What can you say about what you guys are doing and the level of talent that you guys play against, that you guys have over there? What's the rundown on Mountains View football?
So we're a small school. So out of the 6A teams, we're like bottom five and
Hmm.
like in population of the school. So like we have like 1,600 students. I think the bigger schools have like 3,000 and upwards. So like we're obviously a smaller school. We have smaller guys, but I think we have a great culture. So we have this tough culture that we have. We have the staying mentality. So I think we all just like always have that chip on our shoulder because we're always the smaller school. We play against big teams. Like we had a game against Shakopee last year, playoff game. We lost that game, but I know like everybody put their all into that game, and it
Hmm.
was definitely a close matchup. There, they Shakopee lost to the team that won state,
Yeah.
so I think we put up a really good fight. I think we could have won that game if things happened differently, and obviously we do have a lot of talent in all of our athletes, and I think Mounds uses them in a good way and produces them and grows them. So, yeah.
I know you're a guy who can play around the field. In your conversations with Coach Polisek, was running back what you guys decided on? Is that going to be the primary spot when you come up here?
So no, actually,
Okay.
uh, I'm at wide receiver. Well, they're gonna start me at one position, and then like after I learn that position and their offense, I'll like move to running back, or I start at wide receiver and then mix in some running back, and then find out a way that I can do both,
Awesome.
or start learning running back and then mix in wide receiver, and then get to a point that I can do both at the same time.
Getting a little the up and coming of the next Rajah Nelson coming up here to Fargo, so that's awesome to hear. Describe your game for some. We showed some of the clips here just a couple of seconds ago. Describe your game. What sets you apart from the other athletes on the field?
Um, I'd say I'm decently fast.
I think that's an
Pretty.
understatement, man. You're underselling yourself there.
Thank you. But yeah. I think I'm decently fast. I think I have good vision. I trust my hands, and I'm pretty confident on the field. So like, I don't think it would matter who was guarding me. I'd be confident in myself to be able to make a play against them. And I think having that confidence is a big part of doing what I do.
I want to talk about your track career here in just a second, but tell me about football. When did that come into your life, and has that always been number one for you, or is this a late bloomer kind of thing?
So my mom, I tried to play football 6th and 7th grade. My mom was scared, so I couldn't play. And then 8th grade, I finally convinced her. I came up with to her with like five of my friends, like pleading to play football. So I played 8th grade. I played running back, wide receiver, and outside linebacker. So then I just went from there, and then played freshman year, sophomore year, up until now.
That's awesome. Did you feel a little bit behind the eight ball not starting earlier, or were you able to jump into it pretty easily?
I felt a little bit behind on like things like coverages because I played defense. So
Right.
things like coverages, everybody knew the coverages, like cover two, cover three. I didn't know any of that stuff.
Yep.
So like,
Yep.
I had to get hip on that. And then, but like running back was just easy to me because like he said inside zone. Okay, I know where I'm going. Outside zone, I know where I'm going. Just run to the outside, and like it was pretty good.
Is your mom all in on the sport now? Is she going to be watching you up here in Fargo?
Yeah, she's all in now. Matter of fact, 8th grade, my first year, I was at running back. So I had this 99-yard touchdown, and like I ran past the safety. I hear somebody screaming. I turn to the side. My mom's running down the sideline with me. So yeah, she's pretty into it now.
That's awesome. Well, looking forward to seeing that coming up to Fargo here pretty soon after a little while here. Again, class of 2026, you're going to be here in a little bit. You just told me off air that you wrapped up the Minnesota State track and field meet. Give us a rundown of how that went for you and what do you got coming up this summer?
So the state meet, I went to state for the 4x1, the 4x2, and the 200. So in prelims, we were seated third in the 4x2, and then the 4x1 we didn't qualify for finals, and then the 200 I was seated fifth, and then finals day it was raining a lot from the beginning of the meet to the end of the meet, and then my hamstring was messed up. Both my hamstrings were messed up, and then I just didn't run a good race, so I got seventh in the 200, and then the 4x2 we ended up third.
Hmm. And then what's coming up for you? You're telling me you're going to nationals here soon. Is that right?
Yes. So we have nationals in Oregon.
Yep.
So Hayward Field, we were there last year, but our third leg dropped the baton.
Oh.
So we ended up not getting All-American. Well, we got All-American status this year, just from our times.
Yep.
So we should be able to go back and solidify that.
Awesome. Well, we'll be rooting for you. We'll keep tabs on you. And best of luck when you go there. Best of luck throughout the summer. And also good luck for the upcoming football year. Thanks for joining us here on this Monday morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Godson Rufus-Okomhanru joining us here on this Monday morning edition of Hot Mic. An exciting recruit coming in for the class of 2026. As I mentioned earlier, we're now up to 13 for this class. 5 out of the state of Minnesota. What a cool story there. A late start getting into football. Half a year of film this junior season. Laid it all out on the table, and college just took notice. And he said, I'm pretty fast. Well, he's not wrong. 11:15 in the 100-meter, not bad. 22 seconds flat in the 200, not bad. A 4.58 40, you'll take that. That's pretty good. Thanks to Godson for joining us here on this Monday morning. All right, we are due for a break. We'll step aside when we come back. Chat a little bit about what's going on in NDSU baseball, and then we'll get into what to watch and wrap things up on this Monday morning edition of Hot Mic.